right, so I really needed to take a walk on this one. I was doing okay, simmered down from all the crazy stuff that happened earlier today. But so it's probably like one something in the morning now. Now this is what happened. So I brushed my teeth because they need to be brushed, and I was looking at the bathroom because it was real dirty and not just stuff is everywhere because I haven't had time to really do my cleaning. Hopefully on Saturday I will. Started, but during the week and stuff, I'm busy. So when I come back, the bathroom door is open. It wasn't open when I left. It was closed. And that means somebody had to pull it in order for it to come open. So somebody pulled it. And I didn't think about that until I went back and I locked it. And went again because I was sure I pulled both doors to make sure that they were locked before I left. So when I come back, it's like 10:20, 10:30. So I'm back, quote unquote, a little early because I got back like midnight last night and whatever because I went to Steak and Shake and had me a nice time. So I get back. Um, the the owner's door is open. I mean, not open, but the light is on. And usually, for whatever reason, he's usually everything's off. Like whatever. So that means that he's up and hanging out with the other people that's there, the girl and the guy. So everybody has like rooms. They share a room. Now, like I said earlier, like last week or so, this woman just started calling me by my name. And she called me by my name to draw attention to me. But again, I was like, okay, I'm being paranoid about it or whatever. But no, you're not. You go with your instinct. Because obviously she's calling my name. I never gave her my name. So what I noticed and what is really happening, the girl that lives there, she's very there's certain types of people. There's people that are very good with they're manipulative. They are very good with people and they know how to save face and change perceptions and all that other good stuff. Now, so what happens is she okay, I didn't know what was going on. I come back, whatever. I wanted some air. It was raining when I got back, so sometimes I sit in the front a little bit. I mess with the cat just to have something to greet. Mess with the cat, and I didn't used to do that. But there's a cat lady that lives there, and she kind of rubbed off on me about like giving the pets attention and whatever. And so I sit and I start to I wanted to work on something. Um, Situation happened with this driver got on got on was very rude and nasty, and so I said, well, I'm gonna report it. So I started to write on it, and as I was doing that, the boy that lives with her, he comes out, and I don't look, like I don't make eye contact or look, and I intentionally don't do that, and I need to start because I need to see what the heck is going on. I intentionally try to mind my own business, but what's happening is that in the meantime, the young lady, she has enough information about me. The name is enough because that indicates that someone knows you, even if they do not. So my, my toe is itching. It's been itching like all day. But I don't know if an ant bit me or what, but it's been itching. So anyhow, so the boy comes out, and I'm thinking he's just gonna go smoke a cigarette, but I don't smell the telltale smell of cigarette smoke, which usually I would smell, and so I would just get up and go back in. And so, I'm thinking maybe just smoking around the corner, the wind's blowing a different way, whatever. And I thought that she was in her room. Now, the situation is this. So I didn't know what was going on, and I wasn't focused on that. I was just aware of my surroundings, but continuing on to doing whatever I was doing. So as I was continuing on doing what I was doing, I'm noticing and I changed the way my chair is seated because just in case I don't want nobody looking at what I'm working on or being nosy, looking at my stuff. So I changed my chair and the way I'm seated and everything. And so I happened to glance up across the street, and I see, and I don't know what the boy really looks like or what he's wearing or whatever, but it's a white boy. And so I see like I see this skinny frame with a big with a coat, with a raincoat and white hands. So I'm like, okay, so this person must be across the street. And so after a while, I guess people can vibe things. That person could probably vibe that I, caught wind or whatever. But it's so funny because when I first sat down, there's a guy that lives over there, an older guy, probably about my age, and he, I tell keep itching, and he, sometimes when I glance, I could tell that he's looking like with pity or shame, but not like a bad pity or shame. Like he understands the situation, but he really ain't got too much that he could say about it. You know what I mean? And but he's sitting and he's listening, but I don't feel that he's listening in any way that's started anything. But after you listen to somebody talk trash enough, you start to believe. So I didn't realize it, but not only was he over there, but I think because I didn't when I came in, the door the door was the entry door. I put my key in, and I think it actually was already unlocked, and I just didn't know it. And what ended up happening, and maybe that was why the boy came out, or I don't know what happened, but I didn't realize it. I thought, well, I put my key and I turned both locks, and then I locked it back. And then what ends up happening is that, like I said, I glanced up, and the guy from across the street, he's looking like somebody's saying something to him, or he's you know about whatever me. And so he's looking down like, pity or whatever like that. So, so yeah. So then on top of that, um, so then from there, what happens is that, this walk really feels good, by the way. I really needed to get out here and get my walk on. But, so what happens after that is that, next thing I know, I had moved my chair and everything, and then so that in case he couldn't see what I was doing, which I wasn't doing nothing but checking my emails and stuff. But I happened to glance up, saw the boy across the street, and I guess he could feel that I saw him, and he went and sat in that car. And so after a while, scared the fuck out of me. So after a while, what ends up happening is that after a while, what ends up happening is that is that all of a sudden I'm hearing her talking outside. So I'm like, okay, so she wasn't inside, she was outside. So obviously she was across the way with them too. You know what I'm saying? And then um from there, after a while, you know, I hear everyone comes in, and then I see them two, and then I think the landlord came in with them too and went the other way. Now all the cars were here, so they were here. So I think they were all across the street, sharing or whatever. And like I said, the past few nights I've been coming back, it's been um, like right as soon as I come back, and it could be a coincidence, like they're right there. You know what I mean? Like sitting outside, gauging the time, whatever. And then the other lady that lives there was trying to give me a warning that this guy, he was going to go see a parole officer, and he came across a dead body or something. So it's just, and then it's just the weirdest thing. And it's not just this incident, it's a whole series of different incidents that are happening that are completely separate from this. And some of it's just, um, my dorkiness or whatever. Like today, my frugalness. I didn't have any lunch or whatever. So I happened across, I guess they have food distribution, and some of the people, food they don't want, they set aside. So I found some canned food, some good canned foods, chicken breast in a can and all this other kind of stuff. And there was like a dozen of eggs. And I was like, oh, well, I could just put the eggs in the microwave and, it worked. I didn't realize it was really going to smell like rotten eggs. That's what it smelled like. So, and the boss person was mad. He was so angry. Ooh, angry. So then, yeah, just so but he lightened it up. He could have made it so that I felt like shit all day, but he lightened it up. But and he could have made it so that everybody jumped on me about the smell because it did smell strong. Somebody thought it was coming from the bathroom, and somebody messed the bathroom up. So anyhow, just it's not just this situation. So it's something more than just this situation. Just and since I've been there, I've only been there like 3 weeks, but every single person that I've come in contact with at their job has quit. Every single person, every single person. From the day that I went for an interview, the girl that interviewed with me, she quit within 2 hours. She was gonna leave right before she went in. Then I don't know, a bunch of people quit, not showed up. Literally, like since I've been there, I only been there a few weeks, but literally every single person that almost has any contact with me is gone. Like they just didn't want to be there anymore, and it's crazy. And what else? And really, I mean, so it's more like I said, it's more than this situation. And it first started like years ago when I went, and this is not really when it started. It probably started before then, or mixed with that, where like I said, when I went to see the people in Virginia, and the thing that I was disowned, there was a spiritual thing that was not a good spiritual thing, but a negative spiritual thing that's kind of creepy, beyond creepy because it was real, but it's just what it is. But that happened there, and it's like that. And I remember thinking, kind of not seriously, but like, what if I bring that back with me? And lo and behold, I do feel like just all this stuff going on, and it's really creepy. So, but I do need to talk to that lady. So I think I'm gonna leave a little early tomorrow, and I'm just gonna stop by and just let her know that I want to speak to her about something, and just kind of leave it at that. Um, yeah. So I did need this walk. I could probably walk for like 5, 6 miles, but I got places I got to be in the morning, and I don't even know if I'm really gonna wake up on in time for that. But for getting up early, anyways, I'll be up, but I don't know if I'm gonna be up early enough. But just to continue on, yeah. So it's really been weird, like just weird stuff back to back. Like I mean, just I mean, for I wrote it all down, but like I'll start from today. That crazy bus driver situation. Then working backward from the crazy bus driver situation, the big egg mess smell, stinky smell at work. Then me finding canned food, which was a good thing. Then I mean, just it's just so much happens. You know what I'm saying? Like the egg thing, that's the comedy of events. That's just me being practical and frugal, and it just didn't kind of work out. I didn't expect it to smell like that. The bus driver thing, he's just an ass. The canned food thing, to me, that was good luck. Um, Thing of me forgetting my bag, again, that's something that's my fault. That really could have been avoided. I should have, really took the time. But again, I'm, just kind of jump into whatever somebody else says, or when I feel like I'm beholden to someone else. But for me, I don't need a rush to do anything. Like me rushing to get that bus so I can get that last bus. No, if I can get it without rushing, that's fine. But if I gotta run and jump and act crazy about it, no. I need to take my time and look. And I think that was meant to be for that to happen. Somebody needed that somewhere or something. So um, yeah, so I need to be careful. But the lady was telling me be careful. She was talking about like physical harm, from someone else. But I think really the be careful applies, but it doesn't apply to that. And I'm not disagreeing with her. It applies to spiritually. I need to be careful because it's a whole lot of, it's a whole lot of stuff that's like around. So I need to keep prayed up. The other thing too, I was looking at the Bible verses that this lady sent me, and part of it was about how this particular prophet or apostle or whatever person back in that day was just really dismayed because the good people, instead of separating themselves from the heathens, they were getting together with the heathens, hooking up, having sex, whatever. They were mixing with the heathens, and he was praying to God about it, and it made him really sad. And I remember I just read that part, and that was just one verse. I remember the way I used to do it was I used to tell what I thought the thing was going to be by skimming it, then go through, read verse by verse, and say what I translated it to be, and say my personal experience. But just that one verse, that verse 5, that was enough in itself already to make me be like, I don't even know if I can do this anymore because I feel the same way that guy felt. And to be honest with you, it's so much bad stuff in this world now that you can't even correct somebody. When you talk about churches and pastors and preachers, everybody fake hair, fake this, whatever. If you wanted to be right, you couldn't be right because everybody's so mixed in with the bad, and it's true. So I was like, wow, because you couldn't, because even the lady that did that, the weaves and whatever. And then I had on a wig the other day, so I'm just as bad. Then I cursed somebody out the other day, so I'm just as bad. And then I think about how, if it push comes to shove and I have to defend myself. So in all those situations, I'm just as bad. So evidently I may not have mixed as thoroughly as everyone else, but I'm mixing too, and I don't like it. So, I don't want to go there, but that's where it's headed. And so I did want to talk to the lady and be like, look, I don't know how you got my name because I didn't give it to you directly. You haven't been using it. So what that means is that some gossip or somebody's talking or doing something like that. And, for me to speak to you. And I haven't been, even though I show a lot of love because, I like to believe the best about people. I haven't seen you do anything outwardly that would show me anything negative, and I hope you don't take this as an offense or as an attack. But, um, I mean, it would be funny for me to continue to speak, you know what I'm saying, when I don't know what the heck is going on, because obviously something's going on, and I don't believe in being phony. So, only thing is I don't have time to do that. And then for me to go and approach somebody and mention that, that would be, um, you know, so I have to catch her outside. I haven't been catching her lately, so that's one part of it. I haven't been catching her outside. Because I think when I do see her outside, I speak. I don't know if she has health problems or anything like that, but I don't see her outside that often. And she does speak to the people across from where I am. And I think because they heard me speaking to her, the girl probably went over. Like I said, she's very, I don't know what right word for it is, passive aggressive, manipulative. I don't know, something along those lines. But she's like that, where she, when she saw that, she decided to go and make contact to see, for herself to see what's what. And she's good at that, where she will go and gain people's trust and confidence and gain information. And, you know, her way of waging war to use information against people and stuff like that and twist it and turn it. It's scary. Yeah, so I don't mess with her. She's super scary. But anyway, so I really needed this walk. So I'm almost back now. And I still don't feel like a sleepy mood, but I need to because tomorrow's another day. And yeah, so tomorrow's another day. So I need to do that. And yeah, so that's what I need to do. Um, but I really am not sleepy. I mean, even earlier I was thinking like I'm not really hungry either because I gained a lot of weight. But the productive things that I can do right now is to clean clean the bathroom and then like do my crunches and stuff. So yeah, I think that's what's gonna be up. Um, yeah. like to think about other people or whatever. And that's the other thing I need to deal with too. It's like if you focus, and that's the whole thing about staying focused. If you first of all you have to have your goals. When you have them, then you have to focus on them. And once you develop that focus and keep with it, then you're good to go. And you have to realize what you're dealing with, the types of things. And when you have negative people around you, that's all that it really is spirits. So you realize that those are around trying to set camp. And when you allow that thought to last for too long, then that's exactly what you're doing is you're allowing it to set camp in your mind. So you can't do that. So anyways, the goal is to create goals, focus on those goals, and knock them out. Move forward.